Hopefully, we are live. Welcome. I'm the Undead Raider, and we're here to talk some Raiders football. Hopefully, this sounds all right. I'm actually, I usually have no guests, but might as well still have some fun with my Raiders talking stuff. So here, let me just fix a few things. I know I'm live right now. Should I fix this a little prior? No, stroke. Sorry. All right. Let's see. Does that look better? Unless it's bright lights are better. I'm not too sure. All right, maybe that's better. Okay. Anyways, welcome to the Undead Raider show. Oh man, sorry it's been so long since I did a video. I've been meaning to do a video for a while, and if you just noticed, my fucking goddamn chin broke off. So I've been looking for all sorts of shit. It just broke off a little bit ago too, so I couldn't find anything to put it together. So now it's just a goddamn chin strap. So I'm not playing today. Anyways, yeah, I think the last time I did a video like this was right when the beginning of the season was about to happen, and I was guessing like which teams were going to win, or that we were going to beat or lose to, and I picked most of them for us to win. I think the longer the season goes, that's when we start picking up trouble, and it seems like all our players are pretty much healthy, besides the ones on IR and shit. Which, I mean, we already pretty much know who's there. We don't know if Richie Incognito is ever going to come back. I'd like to think he will. He'll probably come back maybe for the last 4 games of the season or something like that. I mean, it's coming up, isn't it? We're pretty much halfway through the season, and he's got to get healthy. We need him out there. I mean, we're missing. I mean, I liked, since Gruden's been gone, like, I don't know if it's just, I don't know what it is. Like, we look good the first 2 games or the first 3 games, I guess, with, Gruden. And he fucking started falling apart with all these email shit. And then who saw that coming? But anyways, like, I was really hoping I knew that the Ravens game was going to be a tough one. I was like, I don't know. Like, I knew that, Lamar Jackson, he's a considerable threat to everybody, like to everyone in the league. And so I kind of gave that one like 50-50, but I was like really hoping it's a Monday Night Football game. It's in Vegas. I was like, I mean, Raiders should be ready. I know both teams are going to be ready, but then both teams like start getting hurt from like, I don't know, the preseason, and then just practice woes and shit like that. I know the Ravens were hurt, which a lot of people were saying that's why the Raiders won, which is horseshit. But I think the Raiders and the Ravens, they both play their hearts out, and I mean it really came down to the wire, didn't it? I mean, it was some crazy stuff. I mean, each team had every chance to win that game, but it was the Raiders who came out on top. But then the next game, I think it was the Steelers went to, everyone had the Steelers pegged to fucking beat us. And dude, like, I was just like, man, like this is going to really call it. Like, we have to go all the way to Pittsburgh to go play the Steelers, and it's still Big Ben. And I was like, this is really going to tell like whether or not the Raiders, are a legit team. And then they're like, we beat up the Steelers so much. They said the Steelers are just done. It's not that the Raiders are great. It's just the Steelers are washed up. Big Ben's washed up. He's too slow. He's falling apart. And then, it kind of looked that way. But then now the Steelers are looking, like they, back on their feet again. But each week, like it's funny too, because it's like there's some shocker games. Like, you didn't expect so and so to beat so and so, and they really didn't expect the Raiders to win either the Ravens or the Steelers game. And then after that, we were going up against the Dolphins. And hold on. Let me get a sip here. So far, so good for the Raiders. And I think at that point, I mean, everyone was looking pretty good besides what the Kansas City. Um, they started, losing games, and then just they started looking dysfunctional. Mahomes is going for a record, interception rate for a season. I mean, it's already halfway through the season, and I think he like leads the league in like interceptions thrown. I think, man, God, so something like that. Anyways, uh, Raiders are starting to win, beat Miami. Uh, I was like 3-0. Yo, we're looking legit. We're looking legit. And who do we go play next? We went to go play the Chargers. Oh yeah, that was the other Monday night game. What a heartbreaker that one was. What a heartbreaker. And who's to say that it was anything to do with Gruden or the bad play calling? It was terrible football. I mean, if you remember watching it, I mean, that was pretty bad. And then we tried coming back like late in the game, uh, too little, too late, and then we lost by like 2 touchdowns, and then it was game over. We tried and just couldn't catch up, and then we lost to the Bears, Khalil Mack, and that's when the whole like email bull crap started talking about like Gruden being a racist, and then Gruden was coming out on TV just like, listen, I don't have a racist bone in my body, and I remember watching it. They're like, is there any more emails that we should be aware of? And he's like, no, no, no. He absolutely was like, no, there's nothing there. Uh, Here, hold on. I know it's already been like 7 minutes, but I want to just double check to make sure that to make sure I'm not on mute. Give me a second. Should have done this at the first place. That's at the first place. All right. Working. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. So, lose to the Bears. That lost to the Bears. Man, that stunk. Especially as a loss, like to Khalil Mack, and like, man, there. I don't know what happened. That team just it, for it was the stadium was taken over by the Bear fans, and then the Bears just completely took over the game. We like really didn't have an answer for anything. I mean, we let them get away with murder. That sucked ass. And then between the Bears and the Broncos game, uh, more emails come out like after Gruden's like, no, there's no more emails. And then I think it was like that night. I think it was like a few hours later or the next day where the emails started coming out. Like uh, Gruden said this about the commissioner. He said, I don't know, some other crazy stuff. Um, and I guess like was looking at like this is all alleged. I'm just saying what I heard for what I know, but I think that's what the pretty much allegations are leading up to. Blah 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 blah. But apparently, we all know the situation with the email scandal. It's craziness. What was it? 16,000 emails between people, and it's like, yeah, we got these four right here. Gruden, like throughout the years back when before he was like the Raiders head coach, and then not saying it was cool what he did, it wasn't, but what can I say? It's he should have known better. To who known back then, probably when he was younger or like 10 years younger, um, knew that an email like that to who knows who the emails to either, which is funny too because it's like, oh, we found this email, take away the who and from Gruden was talking to, and then or I think it was the what was it, the owner of the Washington football team or something like that. That's how they found it. But anyways, it seems like the only victim in the weird sense here is Gruden in the situation, and I'm not sticking up for him for saying, what he said. It's just, first off, is it better now that we don't have Gruden? I don't know. It seems like what's happened since then. It seems like a real roller coaster, as I've said before, especially with Carr. Like it's ups and downs. It's we're going up. Everything's good, and then bam, just everything starts crashing, falling apart. Gruden, we win a couple, we're back up, and then goddamn Ruggs. I'm already skipping ahead to what's happening now, but before I get to Ruggs and all that, I think has Rich Bisaccia, if that's how you say his name, if that's how you say it, Rich Bisaccia, I just call him Rich. If he's been doing, do I think he's been doing a stand-up job? Yeah, I guess. The first two games, great, right? I thought he did a wonderful job against the Broncos. I was like, sweet, here we go. This is the next man up mentality, Rich Bisaccia, he's the next man up. All right, like let's keep this ship running, and we were crashing into some heavy waves this season already. But we beat the Broncos pretty good, and it was a whooping. Like no matter what the score like at the end says, like the Raiders whooped them, and then we're just like it's like after just a good couple of beatdowns, you're like, man, I'm just gonna try to keep you at bay at this point. It's like, dude, you could have just stepped on their throats. But I know, I mean, I'm not saying like no one just completely gave up. I know everyone was putting effort and shit in, but they weren't doing these spectacular plays like, we got to do this play to win the game type of shit. It's like, all right, we're just going to try to kill this clock and just try to keep them out of the end zone and just coast to the fucking end zone and get this W, guys. We're already like, 3 touchdowns ahead. Next thing you know, the Broncos start, marching back, looking, just they're trying to get the reputation back up. So that was pretty funny, just for them. To get this shit back together. Anyways, didn't work out. Raiders win. Believe it was a good score too, 34-24. Yeah. It was already 30. I think is that the game where it was like already 30 points and to 7. Raiders looking good, and I was like, all right, cool. Besides you, looking good so far. First game, bam. Second game, Eagles. Was it? Yeah, it was the Eagles. Damn. So it was in Vegas. Eagles have to make the travel. Eagles not looking so sharp either, but they're looking for a bounce back game. They're looking to bounce back into the season. And apparently a lot of Eagles fans were in the stadium too. Like they came there to watch their team beat the Raiders in Vegas. And that's another issue to talk about. What was it? That was the second game so far, I think, this season in Vegas where, the visiting teams fans start taking over. I mean, you probably already heard it a million times already. It would have never happened in Oakland. Sure, there were sprinkles of fans in Oakland. I mean, and it's only for reasons that also I know empirically is that I've seen fights in the stands. I've seen beer being thrown at a guy. I've seen a guy go roll down the fucking stairs, all sorts of shit. Just like, and it was a rough place. Like Oakland, oh, dude, it was great to be a Raiders fan there. But Vegas, I don't know. They're trying to get this brand spanking new team. I mean, they look beautiful in the uniforms look great. Everything. It's the stadium is set up. It looks, it's the Black Death Star, and then the Raiders, dun dun dun, Mystique, so on and so forth. I don't know if it's how it used to be in Oakland, man, because I'm from like I used to grow up there, and I used to go to the games, with my dad. My mom was the first one who took me. My first game was the AFC Championship game against the Titans in 2002. That was the one where we went to the Super Bowl. Next game was the Super Bowl. Gannon, oh, dude, like I have a Gannon jersey from when I was watching. It was from the year prior when we lost to the Patriots. And my dad was taking me to this pizza restaurant in town, so he got me a Rich Gannon jersey at the local. It was either the Image or who was it? It was the Locker Room, something like that. It was like a former Raider, and he like opened. It was like another Image. Damn, can't remember off the top of my head, but anyways, doesn't matter. Got a jersey. We went to this pizzeria. We watched the Raiders play the AFC division playoff game against the Patriots. Gruden was the head coach, and I got to meet him. I think it was around that time too, at this local theater. Man, I am tracking off hella hard, but all I am saying is that a lot is like riding like on this nostalgia and shit. Uh, that I'm kind of, I guess, like reliving, but also it hurts too because what happened with Gruden? We lose the game against the Patriots in the Tuck Rule game, and then Davis fucking gets rid of him. I think he like traded him or just fucking got rid of him, some shit, with the Buccaneers. And then we're like, all right, next man up, fucking who's right behind him? It was Bill Callahan, right? Or is it Norv Turner? Damn, who was it? It was one of them. Was it Bill Callahan or what? Anyways, next man up, pretty much how like Rich Bisaccia is, and then fucking we got him going, and then 2002 we went all the way to the Super Bowl, which is when I got to go to see the game, with my mom, and that was when I truly became a Raider fan. Like I grew up watching Raiders and stuff like that, like as a kid, like through the 90s, and my dad's screaming at the TV, and he's got his Raider hat, and we got our gear, we got all sorts of Raider shit everywhere. So I kind of grew up in the environment, became a Raider, just loved all the the fandom, everything. Like you used to be cool barbecues we used to go to, all sorts of cool shit. Then finally going to my first game, championship game. You know how it is. We win the game against the Titans. What a year! I mean, we had Tim Brown and then Jerry Rice. Dog. It was. I don't know. It was something out of a dream to have these guys on our team, and we were rocking and rolling. And then it was Super Bowls in San Diego, I believe, where it was written in the stones for us to win. It was like how the Raiders won their first Super Bowl, and we won. It was everything was aligned in the stars. But then who ends up being the coach that we have to go against? Who you can only write this shit. It's what bad stories are made out of. It was our former head coach, Gruden. What? Who could have seen that happening? Beats us. I was devastated. I'm sure as everyone was. So I knew when Gruden came back to us, I was I was excited. And I think the year prior we also had like Marshawn Lynch. Damn, I'm slipping. Marshawn Lynch, man. I actually have his jersey and everything, but it's not so fitting on me. It's a little tight now. But I got this old guy. It's my classic. But anyways, not the point here. Uh, yeah, when Gruden came to the team, I'm sure a lot of you were excited. This guy, it felt like a drill instructor coming into the office and kind of like we're running this shit. And it felt like, things are starting to look organized and together. Then what happens? Gruden email, you bigot, racist piece of shit. Get out of here. Chopped his fucking head off. He's out of here. It feels like he's dead. I literally haven't seen anything on him. I haven't seen if he's like still walking around or cutting his lawn or anything. That or I just haven't checked hard enough. Anyways, that's what it feels like. It's just bam, gone. But then after being with us for the last 3 years, and man, it was devastating. Cleo Mack went missing, and we just bombed that year. We collected fucking first rounds, just fucking year after year. We're like, look at all my first round picks. And then he just built this team with Carr and really I don't know. I love Carr. Like I loved Carr when he came here. I was like, dude, this guy's good. He's accurate and he's fast and young and da 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 da. What is this? His 7th or 8th year, I believe now. I'm not. I have no facts in front of me. I'm just going off memory. He he's the last old guy of this team right now. It's Carr's team, as everyone knows, which is trippy, And I really like him, and I hope that they keep him on in the future, no matter what happens. Because I mean, who you really gonna have lead this team? I mean, I know Carr isn't face of the organization, but he is kind of the franchise face right now. If you think of the Raiders, you think of Carr, Waller, think of Jacobs, Max Crosby. I mean Abrams. I mean the list goes on, but I mean if you want to think of like today's Raiders, I mean if you want to think about like who really set in stone for the Raiders, the ones who won the Super Bowls, the Jim Plunkett's, Stablers, those are the ones who really hit you to heart. But that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that now Carr is kind of the face right now. And it's crazy to see that. Like keeping this ship together and rocking those seas right now, because we're fucking coming up to some heavy waves right now with the Chiefs and shit. But I haven't even fucking got there yet, man. So hold on. Gruden, bye-bye. Rich Bisaccia wins, does great, looks good so far. It's pretty much what we're doing is we're just using the all the training and everything that the Raiders went throughout the entire offseason to now, still using the same playbooks. It's really their own playbooks that they have, and also the certain play calling that Gruden had too. Might as well keep them around and shit, especially for for rainy days. Even when in a closed Coliseum and shit, like in Chargers, what the hell was that about? Man, I've been meaning to make so many videos because there's so much to catch up on since the beginning of this season. And it feels like I'm trying to recap in like 5 minutes, but anyways, we had the Eagle game. That was an ass pounding. I mean, hold on, pause, but we messed up the Eagles too. Like we did a good job, and I was like, we were 5-2 right there. And I was like, yo, I know we got our ass handed to us by the Chargers, but they're a pretty good team. And then the Bears, felt like a revenge game. It was in Vegas with Khalil Mack, and Mack got his eat. He ate for sure. He fucked up Carr. And, I know it's all love and shit like that, just in the game, of course, Uh, but Carr, I know both of them fucking wanted this game. And then Gruden left. It rocked the shit pretty hard. It rocked the entire, franchise and the NFL. I mean, goddamn, that went everywhere. Because I listened to all sorts of other podcasts and other people and everything like that, and it went to other podcasts, to the Legion of Skanks, I guess, to start just from a few. I mean, everyone was talking about it. I mean, it was crazy, all the way to it was everywhere. This news, everyone was talking about Gruden getting his head cut off, and then probably the season's over for the Raiders. Like, okay, well, since Gruden's gone, who's up next? Like, who? We don't even know who's going to pick him up. Who's going to pick up the Raiders? And then the Raiders were like, hey, guess what? Broncos, Eagles, and then just tossed him up and threw him back down because, dog, we took care of him good. And they were like, all right, see you guys next week. And then they came back, had to go all the way, but oh man, a lot of stuff happened between us and the Giant game, all in that bye week. Like, it was weird too because it felt like forever just not watching a Raider game. But I watched like a couple of other games just because I was bored, checking those games out. And then what was it, Monday? I think it wasn't Monday night or Monday morning. Henry Ruggs ends up like taking someone's life. Some 23-year-old. I don't have her name in front of me. Breaks my heart too, because a lot of people know of someone else who's also done that. It's not like Ruggs is the first person, but I mean, and it just so happened that forces that happened, that, well, technically in the court of law, is that with Ruggs would be, he took it upon himself to did what he did, but not trying to advocate for him, I guess. I'm just saying, he's going to be facing some heavy charges for taking that young lady's life. I don't know how to say, but God rest her soul. That's nice. That's the nicest thing I can really say. And sorry to her and her family. Hopefully, I'm not mumbling right now. I feel like I am. My condolences entirely. So Ruggs is now, he just faced charges in court. Can only watch some of it, and I was like, man, I get it, because I used to work in court, court cases and stuff like that. So I've seen a lot of a lot of people done it. A lot of people did what Henry Ruggs did, and it's heartbreaking, and of course the perpetrator feels guilty and just completely beside himself, like he can't believe what he did, in a sense, and we get it in a sense, but what he did, in a sense, can never be forgiven, because he took someone's life, and in consequence took their dog as well. no matter how you feel about it, took their and their dog, the lady's life and her dog. And I don't know how well her family's handling right now with the situation at hand. You know, and I hope that I hope you can never fix missing somebody, but hopefully that they do good. That they you know get through this well, and that they get stronger from this, and persevere. Good luck. Much love. Much love for sure. Anyways, so lost drugs, and what a couple of days later, Damon Arnett as well um, becomes a hood thug. All of a sudden, a 16-year-old with a Nerf gun threatened another kid. I mean, allegedly. Jesus Christ, man. Um, and what was he thinking? What was Arnett thinking? What could he have been thinking? You know, I can only imagine. Man, this bye week left people bored, and I'm saying that with I guess dark humor. It left some people bored because it ended up with a lot of mistakes and some tragedy befell some people. So, anyways, Damon Arnett is no longer with the Raiders because he wanted to. Man, he wanted to do a lot of dumb stuff to another Joe Schmo like me and you, who ended up getting his DM line, whatever, some connection to get to him. And then next thing you know, they're going back and forward. And so far that we know, allegedly, is that, as we probably all seen, because it went pretty viral, that he went threatening some kid or some guy, I don't know, some person uh, with the gun, with the some I don't know. I don't know if he customized this gun himself, this Nerf gun. If I don't know if he customized it or someone gave it to him. Like, dog, this one right here, this is the one you're gonna want for some real action. You never know. And to be honest, I mean, I'm out here in California, and I know the team's out in Nevada, where the laws are, a lot more relaxed on weapon usage and, concealment and, having it on you, all that crap. So it's just funny that when they said that they found also a gun on Ruggs, it's like, well, you never know, right? You never know. For one, Second Amendment use. Two, um, it's probably permitted to have a gun, especially on you. If you're going, you know, even out shooting, or you just want to protect yourself, who's to say that he can't have it? I mean, the kid's rich. People who try to rob rich people, Robin Hood story. So you want to kind of protect yourself. So I get that, but it's just funny that it was like he also had a loaded weapon on him. It's like, well, whatever happened to that charge? Is that gun lace? Is, is the barrel matched to any deaths around town? Is this another Aaron Hernandez case? Is this going to be another Netflix documentary? I hope not, because damn, already one person gone, and I say that with a lot of bereavement, but also, dark humor. Sorry. Anyways, so Arnett, gone. So we already 3 people pretty high in this organization. Head coach, number one number one choice for the Raiders last year, the first pick for the Las Vegas Raiders. And then it was like a franchise thing. I remember there was all sorts of news on it. Just, how does it feel to be the very first pick for the Las Vegas Raiders for this city's, franchise? And it was this big deal. And he's like, I'm very honored, so on and so forth. But trash can that. And then Damon Arnett, another first round pick. I think last year as well, right? Gone. And it really feels like at this point we're just kind of, if it's bad, it's gone kind of mentality right now. It definitely really feels like if it's bad, it's gone. They're really trading around with talent, and I mean also based on just experience. We just got Deshaun Jackson. It was funny too because right after that Giants game, we got Deshaun Jackson, and I haven't even started talking about the Giants game yet. Woo. That Giants game sucked. What happened? That was another trap game. It was just like last year, wasn't it? Where we were going up against another terrible team, the Falcons. I bet a lot of people put their money down to Raiders win this one by a touchdown, 2 touchdowns. Who knows? They look like Raiders are just gonna go in there, open the doors, be like, "Hey, I heard someone wanted to get their ass pounded today," and pretty much Falcon said, "Yeah, I heard. Yeah, we heard that too." Because I say that jokingly too because the Falcons didn't deserve to win that game at all. I don't know what it was, but it seemed like there was more flags thrown that way for the Raiders. There was way more flags for the Raiders than it just kept the Falcons alive. Like every time it was third down, it'd be like 3rd and 2. And then they would, hike, couldn't get it. Boom. 4th down, but hey, flag. And be like, what for? And be like, he was looking at me wrong. 5-yard penalty. First down for the Falcons. First down for the offense. Bam. And so it would just like continue their drives, and it would always be like, it would always be a 3 and out. Like it would always be like nothing, 2 yards, 3 yards. It would be like, and then or it would be like 3rd and 6 or whatever. Couldn't get it. Flag. And I'm like, what now? Raiders, roughing the passer. He's like, dude, he just what? He didn't even touch him. Next thing you know, first down, continue this drive, and they just marched up like throughout the entire game. And I know the Raiders didn't play that well either, but at the same time, like I think from memory that I do remember that they sorry, I'm blanking, but I was hearing something. Anyways, man, how heart hurting was just watching the Raiders just not be able to get anything done on offense or defense, and just pretty much allow the Falcons to penalty wise just move up and down the field. I don't even know if to say if it was the Falcons good luck or just Raiders just playing terribly, or if there was biased where the refs were like, you know what to do, boys. Raiders down by 3 touchdowns. They're like, we're going to take care of these guys. Who, if you see anything, you see a twitch, I want that flag out there faster than a fly on a shit sandwich. Who knows? But anyways, that's pretty much what happened because the Raiders ate that sandwich against the Falcons. And this Giants game, This is just happened a few days ago. What I mean, heartbreaking in a sense too, because they were talking about this game moving forward after the Ruggs incident. And I think a little bit. I don't know if they talked. I think the Damon Arnett happened like late in the week last week, but I don't know if I can't remember off brain that they talked about it in the press conferences. But anyways, didn't play. He didn't play. He ended up getting a cut. Like I think what Monday. I think he was cut. First round pick gone. Boom. But we also got Deshaun Jackson too. Yeah. But that loss, man, that sucked ass too. Because we were talking about pretty much. That's what I was talking about. The Raiders were talking about like Carr was talking about like how much it hurt. Everyone was hurt. Everyone was hurt from that. I mean, it kind of shook the NFL too, because no one was expecting what happened. No one was expecting it, but for some reason, somehow, some way, Ruggs was able to get behind the wheel and did what he did allegedly. The court case is still going on, and I don't want to be getting hit with like liability and shit. You know what I'm saying? So slander. Anyways, just what I heard, allegedly, per se. Signed to Deshaun Jackson. Today, he just practiced for the first time. Man, so much has happened already, and I feel like I haven't talked enough about what happened. But I guess we're just kind of rolling up here on what so far on this season, where we're at. Deshaun Jackson wearing number 1. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, because I think what the Raiders are trying to pass, especially right now, is that no one's bigger than a shield right now. No one's bigger than, this big old shield up here. I'm not going to fucking touch it. So no one's bigger than a shield. And now this guy comes in wearing number 1. I get it. Like I wanted Deshaun Jackson years ago, when I guess he was leaving the Eagles, and he was a Raiders fan, because I remember that old picture that they've been showing is that he was at the LA Coliseum and during like the 80s and shit when he was a kid. Was it the 90s? Whenever, it was before the Raiders moved up to Oakland. So, which is funny too, because the game was against the Chiefs. So now Deshaun Jackson is coming in to play for the Raiders in the brand new Vegas stadium against the Chiefs for the Raiders. I mean, hopefully the writing's on the wall that Deshaun Jackson's gonna have like it would be a Disney movie if the Deshaun Jackson came in and won that game with like 3 touchdowns. And Carr has like a career game, just nailing it. Defense murders Mahomes. This is what every Raider fan wants this week against the Chiefs. You only get to see good ass whoopings once in a lifetime, really, for the Raiders. But it really does feel like we do have a good team and a great team right now, especially should be winning these games. What happened against the Giants? Big egg. I know they could have played better than that. I know they could have played better than that. Maybe and it continues this Raiders horrible tradition in a sense, because I think we won. I can't remember the last time we won after a bye week. And I knew this stupid ass curse was coming on us right after a bye week. Raiders usually lose it. Damn. Spilling some beer. So knew this game was coming in. Really hoping we were going to go in there and ass whoop the Giants, because I tell you what, I know, life's not like a video game. Life ain't Madden. Football, NFL, actual real football ain't like Madden. But at the same time, I know I could have made some better. I don't know if it was play calling or if just people weren't playing. I know people were playing their hearts out too, but at the same time, it's just like when this ass whooping should have happened against the Giants, we really came up short. Really came up short. And to be coming up with only like field goals in that game when we should have been hitting touchdowns. But I get it, like Ruggs was gone, which is funny too, because we can't woulda, shoulda, coulda, with Ruggs, if he did it or did what he did, and he was playing in this game, if he was playing in this game against the Giants, what would the future look like right now? Would we have won that Giants game? I know I'm not playing on the team, but I'm just saying, like, would the Raiders have won against the Giants? I think so. I think that we probably would have had our stuff way more together. It just seems so weird over this bye week. We're living in this dimension where we're living the worst. Well, I don't know if it's the worst, but one of the worst outcomes of what's happened so far is that we lost Ruggs and a person's life, and the Raiders are falling apart with Ruggs doing what he did. He lost himself to his team, and the team lost. I don't know if we lost him or just got rid of him, but we cut ties with him for sure. And the nation definitely doesn't give a damn that he's gone. But we should have beat them. But even with our team that's dealt with so much, I just feel like, especially with this team that's probably been tight with each other for a while now. If you know anything about team sports or what's like to be like even in the military, you get used to seeing someone around and what's up? Hey man, what's up? And you can give someone that wink. They don't know exactly what you're talking about. You're like, hey man, I need you to go far. Wink. And then, you just, during the game, it's 3rd and 2. You need 2 yards for that first down, but you're like, you see your buddy over there, and the other guy just looks beat, looks tired. He's, it's like Ruggs is like, you already know, dog. And then next thing you know, you coming in practice. Everyone's probably like, guy's not even here anymore. They got to clean out his locker and shit or whatever. And I know they probably practiced their ass off too, but also at the same time, I think a lot more weight was put on these guys' shoulders, and then I think that's exactly what it was. I think all this, the weight of everything, and it feels like the universe is willing its way to not let us, as a group, organization, franchise, fan base, and it just, I guess, but that's what I'm talking about. Is just first, of all, I hope the nation is thriving. I just hope that it just comes down to I would love just to talk about football, but there's been so much that's happened to this franchise and to people that played the game for us. So you also kind of have to address it. But otherwise, um, I think just a lot's happened, and I think these guys just you know I don't know what happened out there, but it just didn't look good. We just looked like a bad team. We just looked out of it. I watched it, um, just hoping, and we came down to the wire again as usual. We came down to where the Raiders um, were down by a touchdown, 23-16. Yeah, uh, touchdown to tie, going to overtime because it was coming down to seconds left in that game. We were right there just to get that touch. It's I think Carr can hit at any point on that field, but also at the same time, I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but I can imagine Carr not being in his greatest mood. Now, I know there's people that would disagree with, like, dude, you gotta, this is your time to, you know, live. I would hate to, I don't want to talk for anyone, but I'm just saying that I don't know. I don't know. I was hoping for so much more, but I can only imagine what's going on with these guys, especially the organization, the team, dying in a sense. We're just losing people. We're still waiting for people to return, and that's the funny part too, because we're kind of hoping for Richie Incognito to come back as if he's as if he was like never around and just shows up like, hey, what's changed so far from the last time I played for y'all? And people are missing, things are just in disarray, ships coming apart, and then just hope for Reggie Incognito pretty much to come back and just be a good sign of things to come. I know he's a great player, especially in his position. Um, are we what are we doing with him? Like at the same time, are we just saving him until he's the right time that he can come back and pretty much for the playoff stretch? Do we need to win these games like the Giants game? And I saw the car lose that fucking fumble at the fourth quarter, or yeah, fourth quarter right at the very end of the game. Gave up. That's how we lost. Came down to that where Carr fumbled. I was like, dude, tell me, because I think they had a flag too or whatever. It was also on the Raiders. Like it was going to be a holding call against the Raiders, no matter what. Like, yeah. So I knew it wasn't going to be good. When man, when that fumble happened, I was heartbroken. No, because I was watching, it's just like, come on, dog. Like I know we're a better team than this, and we literally like marched our way up there as we usually can. We started like it finally came down to that time to really get your shit together, and we weren't they weren't. I don't know how I keep including myself in the sense that I wasn't on the field, but I feel like if it always feels like the Raiders have to feel pressure to start kicking ass. It's always coming down to, like, this is it, guys. It's always that Disney ending. It's like, all right, it's 4th and 15, and this is probably the last play of the game. What are we going to do? We got to do this crazy play. In the Raiders, like, I've seen some cool shit that the Raiders have done. And that's why I keep hanging on, like no matter what. Like it'd be like 14-7, fourth quarter, with you know 50 seconds left. I'm like, I'm hanging in, even if we were sucking ass all day, but we're done. We're just down by a touchdown. Just like a rock'em sock'em game, which this game should have never been. I know the Giants team is an NFL team, but the Raiders are a better NFL team. But I mean, it really went out to go show that the Giants were a better team than us in the sense, which sucks because they beat us, and that's how you know. So, anyways, um, yeah, that sucked ass. Got Deshaun Jackson. Got Deshaun Jackson. Cool. Cool. I'm not like super excited. That's the funny thing too, because I think that Giants loss really put a sour taste in my mouth in a really like physical way. Pause. No homo. Sorry. I know people don't like that, but that's how it's raised. Anyways, um, am I cool with Deshaun Jackson? Yes, in a sense because that we need a guy. I don't know. We already saw in the Giants game that we weren't good, but at the same time, like I think that we could still be a good team, also still without Ruggs. Putting all that pressure on, I guess, Edwards, because it really feels like he should have been like, because he was targeted for sure. And did he have many opportunities? That's the problem with being a number one wide receiver and shit, because you're definitely gonna be like looked at like, all right, this is the next guy. Watch this guy, he can catch shit. And so I think they if we still had Ruggs in a sense, this who'da would have known who all this other stuff. Um, they know Ruggs can go deep, and they know Edwards can catch, and they know Ruggs can break ankles, and then we got these other guys, Waller, cats. So it's weapons. But then you take out the rifle pretty much, and then you know you're left with these whatever plays. I know Edwards is good. He's a good wide receiver. Should be doing what Ruggs is doing, just not as fast, I guess. Right? Uh, I do love Edwards. You know, uh, plays like the way he plays. He's a great player. Big fan. I like him. He's where my numbers are. You know what I'm saying? My guy. So, um, Deshaun Jackson, getting him. What's he going to do for the team? And it really feels like it's. I get it. It feels like a hole in this team's heart, and we're just trying to fill it with something else. It's like someone just ripped your heart out, and then it's like I need a heart to survive. Give me Deshaun Jackson. All right, man, I need you to go out there and do some magic. And it's like, got you, coach. And so that's what we're hoping for, because that dude just put on jersey with a big old one on it. I mean, own it. I own it. Own it. Oh my god, own that shit. And this is a shout out to you, man. Like, own number one, Deshaun Jackson. Own that shit. Here, hold on. I'm gonna try to turn this light on just a little bit. Live in the black hole. All right, maybe that's a little better. Anyways, that was what I'm trying to go for, but it really feels like just in the dark apartment, drinking beer, talking about the Raiders. And it's weird too because it really feels like a good, or not. I don't even know if it's a good roller coaster. It's a roller coaster of a season, and we've been dealing with this for a while, especially with Gruden. We're looking good, and then falling apart, boom. But it's pretty much how like the season would start, right? Would be like win a game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game, win, and that'd be cool when we would like actually get back to back wins. That's pretty sad though. But I definitely felt that way where I felt bad that we, depended on those back to back wins because we would like win a game and then lose a game, lose, win a game because spoiler reasons, and then lose. I've been there as a fan, been there, still rocking this shit, love it. But that's another reason why I just haven't been doing these shows in a long ass time too, because yeah. if you actually are like watching this or listening to this, right now, somehow, some way, if you like stumbled upon on this show, thank you, I guess, for sticking around this long. But yeah, I've been meaning to do a lot more of these shows. Been busy during this. The last time I made a video, I've been meaning to like stay with the season, the preseason, and do this and that. I did go to the L.A. Rams and Raiders preseason game, which was a win for us. Which I was like, I went with my girlfriend. It was, her first time going to an NFL game, even though it was a preseason game. I really felt like it was like a good first start for her to get an NFL game, but also it can be rough being the visiting team fan, when you're going into enemy territory as the opposing team, looking like this, but chin strap up, for when you got to start rocking some heads. But anyways, so I've been meaning to get back, but ended up getting a different job. Did that forever. I mean, I've been totally meaning to make more videos, and I know there's no excuse, but I feel like I kind of earned one. You do about 12, 13 hours, 5-6 days a week. And then you just kind of want to come home, see your girlfriend before she goes off to work, or you don't see her because she already left. You get home and you want to take a shower, and then you kind of just want to eat some dinner and relax, and then pass out and wake up in the morning and do it all over again for the entire summer. So, like, I've been meaning to get back into this, which I will try to get back into it. We'll see this weekend. We'll see if I do a live video, but also kind of have plans for that day too, but we'll see. Big game, Sunday Night Football, the Kansas City Chiefs. Those guys, Mahomes, the other Chief fucking people. I don't give a shit. They're not a good team. I don't know how much more my soul could take if the Chiefs rose to the top to take the AFC West. But as of right now, that could be a reality. Look at it. Everyone won last week. Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos. But not the Raiders. Raiders laid an egg in New York or the New Jersey. why don't you just change the name? Like, what are you holding on to the New York thing, even though that you're playing in, another state? I get it. It's also the San Francisco 49ers, even though they don't play in San Francisco, they play in Santa Clara. I mean, dog, what are you doing? It's like, well, we don't want to give up a big city names. Like, just be you, baby. Just be you. Stop clinging on to the past. But shouldn't be talking shit. Shouldn't be a hypocrite because I cling on to the past too. Anyways, so this Chiefs game, man, I mean, if I could be honest, almost every game is essential for the Raiders. And, because we don't know what the future is going to hold for us, because Raiders, I mean, and it hurts because even like the last couple of years when the Raiders start looking good and everyone's like, Raiders going to be a playoff team this year. Call it. I'm calling it right now. Raiders going to be a playoff team. And then Raiders just, they're looking good. And then the rest of the season is just loss. Win. Loss. Last game in Oakland. Dog, that hurt. That hurt. But that's the kind of shit we deal with, I think the Raiders can win. Because everyone who's been playing the Chiefs have kind of, just keeping the Chiefs at bay. It always feels like they're giving too much. I don't know. Like they're playing. They know who they're playing up against. Mahomes. They know exactly what that kind of shit's going to be like. So they kind of prepare for that. And I know that Raiders have been kind of like the Chiefs killer, and we should have probably won that last game against the Chiefs last year in Vegas when we lost. Like when I'm pointing at people that a coach. I truly don't know. I'm not a NFL guru with play calling, but when Travis Kelce ended up catching that goddamn touchdown in the end zone there, someone probably just should have just stuck in their zone without rushing up to go get Mahomes, who probably would have gotten hit anyways and take it down for a fourth down or a turnover on downs or whatever the case was. But ended up going forward, giving enough space to Travis Kelce for a touchdown, which ended up killing us. We should have won that game right there. Should have won. Discipline. My dog. Anyways, so I guess I did go there. Anyways, this Chiefs game in Vegas. I mean, if I was a Raiders fan, I'd love to be there right now. I'd love to be at the game. That'd be the shit. Because, yes, I do believe the Raiders could win this game against the Chiefs too, which is, whatever a Raider thinks, when they go and play anybody. It's like, oh, yeah, the Raiders are going to win by like 3 touchdowns. Absolutely. So this game, I'm like, yeah, well, the Raiders are going to win by, 3 touchdowns. But anyways, I really think this game is either going to be like just rock 'em, sock 'em. Like these two teams hate each other, and they're both just kind of hanging in there. Because look at them, everyone in the AFC West is a five game winner. Everybody. So it's all locked in, dude. It's neck and neck, dog. With the Raiders, technically, I guess being in second place based on division wins, and the tiebreaker, I guess, with the Chargers beating us. Chargers technically with their 5-win horseshit, they're with their win, number one standing, but it's pretty much tied up. And this week could really tell who's gonna be who. Because what happens? Raiders lose, then what? Hopefully you don't hear no train passing by. But hold on, here it comes. Pause. Oh. I'll be back. Give me 1 minute. Not even a minute. Just give me like just give me a little bit. Just gotta get another drink. Here. All right, here we go. Train's still kind of passing by, so hopefully it's gone by. It's funny because to me, I kind of got used to it, but almost every time that I play like on a multiplayer game, sorry, hold on. Every time I play a multiplayer game, the guys I play with, they'd be like, "Dude, whose mic is that?" And I'm like, "Who's being who?" And they're like, "Dog, it's you." Like, is there a train passing by? And I'm like, "Yeah, how'd you guys know?" And they were like, "Dude, it's so loud. Turn your mic off." I'm like, "Oh, dog, my bad." Because that train is about, I want to say, 2 to 3, well, about 3 football fields away. It's about 300 yards. About 300. 3 to 400. 3 to 400. Anywhere between there, I believe. Anyways. Yeah. Oh. Even probably longer than that. So, probably about, damn, I want to say, final answer, as of right here, 850 yards. Bam, locked in. Anyways, so the tray is pretty close. So I would like to do the, take a piss break, pause, skip ahead, whatever the hell. So here we are, and over an hour in, and so we're talking about the Chiefs game, and right now it's locked in with everyone in the AFC West, and the Raiders are technically, as of right now, as the playoffs stand, the Raiders are the 5th seed in the AFC West, or in the AFC division, the AFC seed. So if the playoffs happen now, we'd be in the wild card because the Chargers took that one. They're technically, with their division standing, they, rightfully so, take the crown. But anyways, yeah, we're right there. It's pretty locked up for pretty much the entire NFL. Everyone was facing trap games. It was pretty crazy this last week. And this one is in Vegas. And I'm telling you, it's either going to be like the Chiefs coming in, we're like, all right, cool, good game. All right, guys, put the sauce on them. And then bam, like we either get blown out and it's like a Raiders. Like they can either kill us, which is the heartbreaking part, because I know they're a good team and they can beat people, but they're not looking good this season for some reason. But everyone's starting to bounce back at some point, and everyone has to be like, "This is it. We're going to play the Raiders to really prove ourselves against for the NFL." Because I really feel like when you lose to the Raiders, it's like a death sentence for the rest of the season. But because we used to play spoilers most of the time, like in the last decade or so, in the last 2 decades, we started like just becoming spoilers, especially in the last decade or so. We've definitely been those spoiler ties. Like, hey man, Raiders gonna be that trap game, because we started becoming that name, like the face of the trap game. Like, don't lose to the trap. The Raiders are gonna sneak up and just gut you. You know, right there. Raiders win by 3 points. Raiders win by field goal. Raiders win. With seconds left on the board. Here comes Carr, the fourth quarter comeback king. You know, he sings it in. Carr, touchdown, Raiders, they win. The Raiders go to be like a 4-12 4-12 team. But but it was funny too, because a lot of our games, like I think what was it last year, like we didn't lose big time either. We always lost by like a little bit, like a touchdown or technicality, whatever the case was. It was always by like a hair, just a freaking mistake. Boom, game. And it was that way and winning for us. So a lot of these games, even now, like how many overtime games do we have to go through? And I thought we were about to do that shit with the Giants. Thought we were about to play a fucking overtime game with the Giants. I was like, dude, third overtime, and it has to be with the Giants. I was like, all right, here we go. Fourth quarter. And then there we go. Carr gets sacked and then gets forced fumbled. I was like, no way. No way, dude. No freaking way. Oh. But yeah, way. Game 23-16. I mean, technically, we should be at 6-2. We should be literally at the top of the AFC West right now. They would not be so. They would not be so. So, Chiefs in Vegas. Is it going to be another Bears game? That's what I'm afraid of. Like, it's going to be like a close game. And I don't know. Like, I have all these theories and ideas and like what could happen. Because every time I'm like, oh yeah, I think the Raiders are going to be a great team. They're going to be able to beat these guys. They're going to it's just a better, well-trained team and shit. And then next thing I know, I'm watching the Raiders get blown out 42-6 or some crap. I'm like, oh my god, they're oh my god. Oh, I feel bad for anyone that bet for the Raiders to win. They just get blown out crazy when they should have won that game. So that happens a lot, and that hurts. But for a game like this, I really hope that the Raiders do come out on top. Because I mean, every win at this point really matters. Because how many games do we have left? All right, 9 games. We got 9 games. It's including the Chiefs right now. For the 5-3 Raiders, 9 games left. So as of right now, Let's see. Worst fears. Raiders lose. What? By another mistake? Right? It would be something stupid like that. Chiefs win 3-0. Something stupid like that. Like the worst Sunday night football game to ever be aired. Chiefs come out on top. Garbage. But anyways, I hope not. Hopefully the Raiders are going to be the 3-0 garbage on top of that garbage team. Anyways, so we got the Chiefs. I'm already hoping that we win. We got Deshaun Jackson to come in and help us. Do I think he's going to help us? In a sense, yes. But is it going to be Henry Ruggs' help? Not immediately. That's not my expectation, but I would be floored if he ended up doing exactly that. If he was to come in here and just like blow away the Chiefs, like Carr goes back, Deshaun Jackson, he catches it, he's running in, he caught it, and touchdown Raiders. You know, I'd be like, what? It was an 87-yard pass. You know, I feel like, holy shit, you know, just catches it. But I mean, at the same time, it has to be play calling. It has to be just, I mean, anyone could just run straight or whatever. But, you know, that's kind of what Ruggs was like. That's kind of what we had him for. Just be that fast ass son of a bitch. Just, you know, need to kind of work on your just cut technique, you know, just kind of just cut, you know, because you good at just because you get up there. He was doing good this season. Damn, Ruggs. Damn. Anyways, Deshaun Jackson, hopefully, you know, welcome to the Raider Nation, and I hope you thrive with us, and I hope you know, good. I wish you good luck. All right, good luck for the rest of the season. Do us proud. All right, so we have the Bengals in Vegas. Bengals a good team, kicking ass. That one's going to be tough, but at the same time, it's really going to depend whether or not what we see against the Chiefs. I don't think the Raiders. I would be, I guess the word remiss that, you know, to watch the Raiders develop back to that team where they start being that trap team again, where it was like, because it kind of feels that way in a weird way. It feels like the Hydra, where, you know, you cut off the big head, but another two come in its place. Next thing you know, you ended up with Gruden being at the base of the head, pretty much. You took that one down. Now you have Bisaccia or Rich, and you got Carr, pretty much running. Well, you would say pretty much the coaches. So pretty much a bunch of heads showed up. So now you got all these other heads who are doing their job to keep this monster thriving. But at the same time, I don't know. Pick your analogy with, you know, riding that ship, hitting the waves, or being that Hydra where, you know, we're just trying to hang on there with how many fucking heads get taken off. But anyways, man, was I hoping for OBJ to come? Would I have been excited? I've been excited to have both of them, I guess, a little bit. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, it looks like we might have something going here with, you know, like, we can bring guys in. But with OBJ, I don't know. My back. It always depends with, you know, that guy. Yeah, it's really all up to him whether or not he wants to it's up to him to pick what team he wants to go to, but I don't know his psyche. I've never met the guy. I barely know anything about this guy. I know he was a superstar. I knew he was great over in the Giants. But then I saw that, you know, I looked at some stats where they were like, hey, man, not who he used to be. He's since he joined the Browns, just been completely slacking. So, would it really depends because a lot of people already have said that he wants to go to the Packers. What's going on over there is, Aaron Rodgers hasn't played because he's been sick with COVID, didn't get this COVID shot or whatever the hell is going on over there. And say what you want to say about the vaccine or whatever, but, uh, uh, Rodgers hasn't played, and we don't know if he's going to play. So what happens? You want to go play with Rodgers because he's a great quarterback. You want to go play with a good person like that. But then you get the Saints. Didn't their quarterback go down too? Another guy, like some other guy. But you would kind of be like hopefully the number one wide receiver over there too. But then you also got all these other teams. Can also go over to the Cardinals if you probably wanted to. Who knows? But the Raiders. Just being honest, but we can use every mercenary that we can, especially to make a Super Bowl run, because we're right in it. We're right in this vortex where we got to stay right with this ship. And so we really got to be, winning these games that we shouldn't have lost, just like last year. And I said that shit last year with the first season, because I was expecting us to do great last season too. Heartbreak, because I did a lot some live podcasts where the game was happening, doing like the play calling and shit. Like, hey, Carr's going back, he's going deep, and he misses the target, it gets intercepted. Did that. It really felt like, dude, it was last year we lost because of mostly our defense. It wasn't because of Carr. I'm not blaming Carr. I'm just saying that now it's so much opposite where our defense is so stellar. It shocks me to watch, and it's surprising. Like, I love watching the defense. I just put in that work and just murder a motherfucker. They're killer. Great guys. Now our offense is slacking and our team is kind of falling apart. But at the same time, if you want to say that with the departure of Gruden, like I said, I thought that he was a good drill instructor because I think he whipped this team in a sense into shape, put some form to it. It was old school, something you can kind of get behind, especially with an old school guy like that. Especially if you're charismatic like he is. Can form it into, he was the head coach and he was making all the decisions. But then you also kind of look at his track record and it doesn't look so good. But at the same time, you look at a lot of it, it was like the defense sucked and he kept Paul Gunther. Paul Gunther sucked. Now we got Greg Olson. This team was doing good, and then the emails started coming. And I don't know who can say the emails can blame for the losses while Gruden was still head coach. But say what you will. Well, someone's going to make a movie about it later. We'll get all the information later. As we all know, the truth will eventually come to light. But yeah, I mean, this team, it's definitely hurt, but hopefully it gets better. And I know, like I said in the beginning, where it's like, it's like someone kind of ripping your heart out and you're trying to replace it. It's like, oh, I got to fix this thing. Deshaun Jackson, boom, keep my heart beating. So hopefully it's not exactly like that. Hopefully it was just a good trade decision, or not. No one got traded, but it was like, we did this whole like trade deadline, kind of waited to see what happened, and then everyone started just like, okay, we don't need you, and then boom, Deshaun Jackson, welcome to the team, and then OBJ, we're also kind of hoping for you too, my boy, but you know, still haven't signed with anybody. So we'll kind of see. That'd be kind of cool. I'm not gonna say like I wouldn't welcome him because I would. I would love to have both guys. I think having both these guys, having both these options, and then I know people want to be in this spotlight and shit. I don't know how Deshaun Jackson is too much, but I would be thinking that OBJ would probably like being in the light, especially in Vegas. But look what's happening. It's like being in the Marines and you hear about a unit and then you're like, yeah, bad stuff. Bad stuff happens over there. Those guys play hard, but they also play hard. You know what I'm saying? Where they get into some wild shit. So right now, it just looks right like not not particularly a destination spot for people that are looking to revitalize their career, especially like OBJ. Because I mean, look what happened. Coach gone, wide receiver did his thing, cornerback did his thing. I mean, these guys are all gone. I mean, the foundation, like it feels like legs were kicked out of a chair and like boom. And I think that's probably what happened with the Giants game. And then hopefully we can get back up, come back, swinging, kicking those Chiefs' ass, going through, taking care of those Bengals, blah, blah. And then fucking here we come against the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. I would love, love to watch a national treasure, live game of the Raiders just destroying the Cowboys in Dallas for Thanksgiving. But we'll see. And I'm already kind of calling it too far, but I'm just saying, you know, we'll see with this game, especially against the Chiefs. Who knows? Even the Chiefs could be in play for, getting OBJ. Next thing you know, you got OBJ running out there catching for Mahomes. Man, that one would be cool. But at the same time, who knows if it would be too much for us. But I think we need to, start loading our weapons up for the next big fight because it's exactly how it feels. I mean, even if you played Madden, when you start losing people, and it's like, man, I'm losing all weapons over here. No one's catching. And it's like, okay, well, who's on free agent or who wants to trade? And, you're doing this and that. You're like, you pick someone up and you start putting them into work and you start, seeing how good they are with, their expertise, their stats and shit. So I know it's not like a game, but I would hope that Deshaun Jackson comes in here and upgrades us. You know what I'm saying? Especially with this win against the Chiefs in Vegas, Sunday Night Football, big lights, big scene. Everyone will be watching unless you hate both teams, whatever the case is. Oh, they'll definitely be talking about it on Monday morning. All the big talking heads be like, oh, the so-and-so, they played their hearts out last night. Oh, what a game. It all came down to da-da-da, putting it up, doing this, doing that, putting the team on their back. Bah, bah, bah. So hopefully they're talking about the Raiders. Hopefully it's nothing but good stuff for the Raiders. And it's like, man, last week the Raiders did terrible against the Giants. No one knew what the hell was going on over there. They just kind of fell apart and lost that game for no particular reason. That or the Giants just, they're coming back. They're gonna march their way back up the NFC ladder from their fucking bottomless pit. So hopefully it's they're saying good things about the Raiders winning this game. And with that, the Raiders would go up 6-3. And then the Giants, or what am I doing? Raiders be up 6-3. Chiefs would be down 5-4. I want to say 5-4. That's two teams out. And then you got the Broncos and Chargers. So we'll see what those guys. I don't even know if they got a bye week or not, or whatever the case is. But we need. If you watched Dragon Ball Z before, then you know we got to give the old fucking our spirit to this team to be. Come on, Carlson, don't miss this field goal. Don't miss this 54-yard field goal for the win. Let alone a 25-yarder. Man, I already got my suit on. Just let me do it. Carlson, come out, dog. You ain't the guy. I hope not. I hope that's not the case. I hope that he goes in there. He's like, for the win, 57-yard kick. 3 seconds left and counting. 1. Poof. It's in. Field goal. It's in. Touchdown. Or field goal Raiders. 57-0. That'd be beautiful. Oh, wouldn't that be the shit? Watch a ass whooping against the Chiefs in Vegas, where they come in there, Mahomes. It's Sunday Night Football. Da 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 da. And next thing you know, it's like, all right, here we go. And then Raiders dominate. There's just Crosby, Yannick, you got Perryman, you got all these guys just putting their lives on the line. Just killing the Chiefs. Just not allowing the Chiefs go anywhere. Mahomes doesn't have time to throw it. Mahomes already on the run. He's already getting chased out of the pocket. It's like, all right, ready, hike. He's already running out to the side. He's getting chased down. It's a sack for 15 for the 15th fucking time today. Jesus Christ. Change the quarterback. Mahomes be doing that all the time. So I hopefully the Raiders are definitely drinking their Gatorade that day, because they're going to be chasing his ass all day. It's every goddamn game with those guys. So, yeah, let's see. Hopefully, we want to see the Raiders put a serious ass whooping on these guys, especially in Vegas. Why couldn't it be? Remember, like, what was it? Almost 10 years ago, 11 years ago, when the Raiders played in Denver. Darren McFadden was the running back. Tom Cable, I think, was the coach. God, who was the quarterback? Was it Terrell Pryor, or was it Jason Campbell? But it doesn't matter. Ass whooping those guys. They no one expecting too much out of that game. The Raiders, what was it, 59 points to 14, I think. Could you imagine that game against the Chiefs? And I'm putting that out there. Hoping the universe hears it and allows it to happen. Put that bet out there. That's a raffle ticket I'll fucking buy. Raiders win 59-14. Oh, man, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool. Anyways, I mean, we can go on and on and on, but I am kind of winding down here. I know as of right now, I don't really have like any subscribers. It's like talking to the void and hoping that reach out to somebody. So, if you enjoy the content, you know you know what to do. Follow or whatever. Subscribe. Hit that like button. Pound that like button. Smash that like button. Have your way with the like button. Yeah. It's a thumbs up for a reason. So, we'll see. We will see. And hopefully, by the next time I do another video, I'll be able to fix this, get my shit together. Now, slack jog. Raiders, please. Like, hopefully, this team can get back on its feet because what happens? What happens if they lose now? If the Raiders lose this game, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt for the rest of the season. And then, I mean, who knows what's gonna happen? We could fall apart, which is the horrifying part, which usually happens at the second half of the season, which we are pretty much on. Like I said, we got 9 games left, including with the Chiefs. How many games are we going to win? What the hell is that damn thing? Chiefs, hope to win. Bengals, hope to win. It's also in Vegas. Raiders ain't going anywhere. Just fucking Jane, beat them, win. Player heart's content. We have a playoff season to get through. And I get it. There's so much happening in this season. And I'm not like in the locker room. I don't know what's being said with those guys. But I'm a fan. And I'm wishing you guys the best of luck. I'm serious, and I'm pretty sure everyone's giving up the spirit ball for, the team right now. For everything, just succeed. I know you have a paycheck to earn, but, you also, you got all these hearts and minds, giving you our full support, and we love you. All the way up until you do something horrible, which gives us a black eye. If I close one eye, it doesn't matter. But don't, man. I think we have like 3 black eyes right now, which doesn't give us much anymore. It's like nothing. I would say like a dark, a third eye. We're just blind right now. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully we can come in Carr, hitting Edwards, hitting Deshaun Jackson, hitting Renfro, hitting Jacobs, hitting Drake, hitting Waller, hitting this guy, hitting that guy. And we have defense coming in. Hopefully they can catch up against the Chiefs. And I hope that, it's a good game for the Raiders. But, every time I come up with these hopes and wishes and shit, none of that happens, which, hurts also, and I wanted to start making videos when we were winning. I was like, this is perfect time. Come back. Talk about the Raiders. Drink some beer. Let it all out. Yeah. We're 3-0. We're kicking ass. And then we got fucking humbled. I would love to just be making a video. Just we're fucking undefeated. We're kicking ass, dude. This is the shit. Woo! But afraid it isn't. So as of right now, we are neck to neck, tied up in the AFC West, trying to take this ground. Everyone's in it right now. But I would say that the Broncos, pretty much take a seat. But as of right now, they could win. Who says they can't win? Who says the Chargers ain't gonna win? Who says the Chiefs ain't gonna beat us? Then what? The horrible reality could be the Raiders are on the bottom. We lose, and we're on the bottom. Not someplace I really want to be right now. I hope the Raiders can kick some ass. I want to be leading this AFC West. I want us to go into the playoffs. I want us to go to Super Bowl. I want us to fucking win. But just a fan. I'm just a fan. Hopes and wishes and praises and fucking all love. Throwing some fucking spirit bombs at our team. Starts here, right here. Second half of the season. It's already not looking good with that fucking loss against the Giants. But I get it. A lot has happened. People doing dumb shit. And it's not your fault, guys. It's not the team's fault in a sense of, having these guys foul up, pretty much get kicked off the team for their actions. Yeah. We'll see. All right. So it's been almost 2 hours. If you stuck this long, thank you. Appreciate it. But yeah, I guess this is it. It's seriously like talking to the void, which is trippy. It's like it's like talking to the void. There's no one here. Therapy? Am I crazy? Who knows? Just a Raiders fan. Just talk about Raiders shit. But I got a lot of other shit going on. So I'm going to go deal with that. Drink the rest of my beer. And yeah. If you're here, thanks for watching again. All right. Until next time, leave a comment. I'd love to hit y'all up. So, till next time. Peace.